we have discussed on the 10th state of the basic development of the three core elements, which is in the physical core elements we have the open up, loose and lightweight. In the mind element we have the settle, the quiet and the peace or peaceful. And in the breathing we have the breathing where you can hear the noise. The second thing is panting, even though you don't hear the noise. The third one is breathing is smooth, but it is not deep and not long and not fine. And the fourth one, and the breathing is smooth, fine and deep. So totally of 10 of them. Okay? Today I'd like to identify what are they for you, okay, in the basic level. So you'll be able to know what it is instead of guessing. Otherwise we have no way to know what it is and no way to develop what it is. Okay? This is especially important for those who like to use internal art for healing, because people who is sick do not have time to burn. They need to know the proper directions, so it helps their health. Okay? Before that, I'd like to tell you why do we need to know all these things. Why do we need to know these 10 elements in the basic three core elements? Okay? So this is the reason. If you read the Yi Gam writing of Xiu Lim Tao or the Qin Kui, you can see the Y22. It says in Mandarin, 一任自然气脉长. Okay, or in English it says that spontaneously following the natural, the breathing and the qi flow in the body will grow. Okay, and Y8. 旋回自然顺脉气 spiral and twisting naturally accord or follow the flow of the qi and the breathing. So this is an example of two sentences or two creed or two stanza in the Yi Gam Qin Kui. Okay? Now, in order to understand this, we need to know where it is from. The following is from Emei zhuang. Okay, so let's look at it. This is called 前身不可着力量. It means that it said the whole body must not use force. Okay. And here it said 一任自然顺气脉. Here it said spontaneously follow the nature accord to the breathing and the qi flow. Okay? The third one is said 细微小智妙解方. Okay? Taste the details. Okay? The details or the small tasting, okay, meaning that really taste it is the wonderful recipe. So it tells you to go to the details and taste it and to experience it. Okay, if you look at this line, 一任自然顺脉气, you know this two Yi Gam Kui is from this one. Okay, you know that's where it's from. Okay, now However, in order to do this, this is the prerequisite. 全身不可着力量. Your body must not use force. Okay? And it also tells you here too, taste the fine details. Taste the fine details. That is the wonderful recipe. Now, from this we know, this is xiao. Like xiu in Cantonese, like xiu lim tao. Okay? So we know why the name xiu lim tao is using the xiu is because you need to taste the fine details. Okay, but without this, the whole body must not use force, spontaneously following the breathing and the qi flow. You cannot do this. We don't know how to do it. Okay, and so the first three states of the physical element, remember, open, loose, and lightweight, is actually the state for one to be able to do this. 全身不可着力量, or the whole body must not use force. So what is that like? What is that like? Okay? So let me define for you today. Okay? So you don't have to guess. You know, if this cannot be done, then the naturally follow or according to the breathing and the force flow or spiral, all the sikam cannot be done. Okay? So So in order to be able to do 全身不可着力量, you must open up your body, you must loose up body until you feel lightweight. So how is that feel? How is that? You know? Is that so difficult you need to use a lifetime to study? You don't have to. Okay? With what we have found out today, you don't have to. So what it is? This is what it is. Imagine if there's a butterfly, okay, stand on a flower, a roses. You use your two fingers, very gently touch it and leave it. Okay? Leave the butterfly without damage it, without it fly away. You just barely touch it. Okay? So like this is the butterfly. You just barely, like this paper is a butterfly. You just barely touch it. Okay, hold it. That sensations or that way of holding the butterfly, so that the butterfly remain really free, it doesn't feel pressure, and you use enough force and you use really lightweight. That is what light means. So when after one open up one body, one loose up one body, one get into that stage, light. And this light meaning that every joint of the body is handled like you are holding the butterfly's wing. Okay, so remember the butterfly is standing on the rose flower. We use our two fingers just to hold the two wings of the butterfly, lift it up really gently. That feeling is called light. And every part of the body, every joint is handled that way. Okay? So, that is what the 全身不可着力量, that is the state of the full body must not use force. That is state. What, can everybody do it? No, they cannot. Okay? So one have to go to the open up, the loose up, and the lightweight. Okay? Joint by joint. This is a lot of training. Without that training, reaching that, this 一任自然顺脉气 spontaneously follow the nature according to the the flow of the qi and the breathing, it's impossible. You cannot be there. You cannot do it. Okay? So it comes with level by level. So the physical level, you cannot do it. Your qi level, your breathing level, forget about it. Okay? So that is this thing. Remember. So in practice 修炼套, if one reaches that state, then one can handle the physical element slowly or finely in tasting the detail, the small details. That is the wonderful recipe. Okay? That is how one develops Kung Fu of handling. Okay? So that is the physical element. Now you know. Okay? For the people who practice healing, the body has to be that lightweight. Otherwise, qi won't flow. The breathing will not be proper. Okay, the body has to be handled that way. That's why I ask people to laying down, because only laying down you can experience this. Remember the butterfly. Okay. The second about mind. Mind have. First is settle, second is quiet, the third is peace. That too is not difficult if you know what it is. Okay? So, settle is what? Settle is like when you listen to the music, okay? Classical music or pop music, whatever music you like, you're sitting down, you listen to music, and your mind doesn't go elsewhere, you settle on the music. It's something like that. Okay? The boundary between settle and quiet is like when you're watching a movie, when the movie just starts, the movie theater become dark and the screen have nothing yet, and you hear the character in the movie maybe introduce themselves or something in a really slow, gentle way, like almost whisper but really clear. That is the boundary between settle and quiet. Okay? So when one settle, like listen to the music, it's alive. It's not dead, like the force your mind to concentrate. No, it's not that. It's going, like listen to music, settle in the music, and then like the watching movie in the cinema, experience. That is getting into the quiet. One go through this. Well, so when people who practice the recite of Amitabha, where they recite with their heart or their mind and the mouth whispering, not making any sound, the tongue move and the ear listen. So at first it will be like listen to the music, settle, and then it progress. While the practice progress, it go to the state like in the movie. When the movie just start, the cinema turn off, all dark there, and then you just hear what the character in the movie maybe introduce themselves or something in a really calm and gentle way. That is the beginning of enter into the quiet. Okay? So I want to identify this thing to you guys. If this is not identified, we can spend whole lifetime guessing and going nowhere. And I'm lucky that I got a lot of sifus who teach me this kind of stuff. Otherwise, I will not be able to figure it out. And because if I cannot figure it out, I will not be able to know what did this. Okay? So the finding of Emei and so forth is very important, because if I just read the gum kit from here and I do not know the prerequisite of this, and I do not know what to do, I will know way to crack it. Okay? So this is for you today. First, we need to identify what it is, and then we can train.